Welcome back, Super Friends and Super Family. I am Thor, your friendly neighborhood god of thunder. Today I'm reacting to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 4, Episode 18. The last episode of Buffy was truly out there and outrageous and hilarious and crazy in the best possible way, with Jonathan just being the ultimate specimen of all humanity. And regardless of the fact that it was an alternate reality, we still know that Jonathan has that inner superstar, right? But last episode that I watched in the Buffyverse order is actually Angel, and that episode, one of my favorite episodes of the show Angel so far. My favorite is still Hero, because RIP to Doyle, and it was just such a amazing character arc and heartbreaking episode. The pilot episode of Angel was also incredible, but last episode with the return of Angelus, it just made me realize how great Angel is as the evil character, and the duality of him, and the difference between the performances, and just everything about it is so beautiful. And I just love how menacing and sadistic and threatening Angelus is as a villain. And speaking of villains, now that we're coming back to Buffy, Adam, you gotta channel the inner Angelus and get some of your savagery beyond the seminar talks. But I don't know. I have no idea what we're in store for now that we're returning for Buffy. I'm gonna give up predicting this one, since I never would have predicted what they did with Jonathan last episode of Buffy. So who knows? I don't know if you can get crazier than last episode. Spike and Buffy getting married might be the craziest, actually. I'm excited to check out more Buffy. As always, the full reaction to this is on Patreon, future episodes of Buffy and Angel, also where you can do that, and also support what I do. For now, let's get into today's reaction. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 4, Episode 18. The quintessential pastime of Buffy. Slaying vampires in a graveyard late at night with her boyfriend / friends. She's like, he's got this. He's got this.
Okay, you get Fang, I'll get horny.
What is that type of demon over there? Look at that. Riley has definitely become a better fighter since dating Buffy. That's like just one of those things you absorb being around her.
Kind of thing he'd want to know about.
Uh-huh.
Like, as soon as possible.
As soon as possible.
They're like way too turned on.
We go tell Giles.
First thing. Good plan.
I wonder, is that a healthy thing to bond over? Murdering other creatures. That's what really turns us both on. I'm sorry. But look, I am happy for Buffy and Riley. They seem to be getting along. I feel like their relationship is certainly more than just an infatuation. You know, they have that strong attraction, but I think the feelings and the connection is also very powerful. Also, random side note, but we really need an ANYA focused episode. Oh no, what's the trouble in paradise? Riley can't sleep? Buffy stole the blankets? What happened? Are you sneaking off to the bathroom, or is this creepy music telling me something else? I don't think you're alone. Proceed with caution. Imagine it's gonna be Joyce. What are you doing with my daughter? Riley, do you watch any scary movies? Just curious. This better not be a Shining tub moment. Okay, what was that sequence? Why is this whole episode feeling like a horror movie right now?
Come on. Big party at Riley's house. It's gonna be fun.
Okay, this is actually a great look for Xander and Anya.
We've gone other nights without sex.
I know. Twice.
She's been
I can't
counting.
believe we're breaking up.
Come on, come on. Just reassure her, Xander. She's so worried.
Wrinkled man on TV talking about erectile dysfunction.
Oh my gosh.
Hey. All systems go here. Let's have sex. Right here. Hot, sweaty, big sex.
Oh my gosh, there are people there. How long were they standing there? Oh my gosh. Oh wow. How do you do that without... Wow.
I mean, as a rule, demons have no empathy for any other species other than their own. Fact.
I mean, I think Doyle and many others in Angel have proved differently there, Giles.
Bunch of demon types.
So he's, bridging the gap between the races.
Huh, like Martin Luther King.
I don't know if that's the comparison I would use, Willow. Although Adam probably thinks of himself as Martin Luther King. I'm a great leader. I change the world for the better.
Mine. Boys are pretty ragged. Need to let off steam.
Point taken.
Were you thinking about the boys, Riley? Were you?
Just you look.
Buffy, hey, look at the time. Don't you have a class?
Yeah, in about 20 minutes.
In other words, let's go have sex.
That thing.
Right, that thing we could squeeze in before. Yeah. Bye.
Is there intentional use of the word? Never mind. Sorry. Oh, they can't keep their hands off each other.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. When did these two come up for air?
Slaves to the rhythm.
Dang, they need some privacy, man.
I've been building this thing for an hour. It's still a nice box in here.
Don't bother, Mason. We got a couple of heat generators pumping away upstairs.
Wait, something evil is causing it to be so cold. Some ghost or entity in the house. The way this is being edited makes me feel like the sex is somehow fueling this demonic presence. Holy, speaking of fueling... Is the guy literally gonna burn alive? Did he put it out in time?
Oh, it's you.
Spike!
Honestly, wouldn't they be a great couple? No offense, Xander.
Into giving you their money?
Yeah, it works. Keeps me in blood and beers. Plus, you know, funny, watching the little human.
He's gotta amuse himself somehow.
I don't know. He's lucky that's all he lost.
You should have seen it, Rock. It was weird as hell.
He is not gonna hear a word you say.
Which makes me wonder, is it me? Am I the crazy one?
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
Buffy, come on.
On your new peasant top, which I would never borrow without asking. Still love me? Uh-huh.
Willow, way to take advantage of the... Oh, that broke through to Buffy. Even in love, she hears about her clothes.
Tell me about it.
A year and a half ago, I could have eviscerated him with my thoughts.
You know, you take the killing for granted, and then it's gone. You're like, I wish I'd appreciated it more.
The shared bond of evil, I love it.
Ended badly.
Of course it did. It always does. I've seen 1,000 relations.
Both of us. You eviscerate Xander, and I'll stay true. Like a project.
Don't you dare stay true. Come on.
But you can go do Drew, though.
Yeah, I will.
No, you won't. You love her too much, bro. They might end up together by the end of this episode.
Versus what you are.
What's wrong with this dude?
You really like French.
There's something going on in this house that makes you like really turned on or something.
Funny, you back away and avoid eye contact.
Kind of both. Who are you here with?
Right now, I seem to be here with you.
Really? That's all it takes is one little fight and you're like, oh, open season for cheating?
I, need you to take a look at an essay for a class.
that essay, right?
I love how their excuses are the worst possible excuses. I have been in this situation and also witnessed other friends do this firsthand.
You promise you'll look after me.
Don't touch me.
What?
Disgusting.
What the heck just happened?
What's the matter?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean...
What just happened?
I'm fine. I just want to go to the bathroom.
Something's up. It's got to be whatever spirit is affecting them in this house.
17. Can I get you a drink? Hostel 17?
Stop.
I feel like their relationship is, it's done.
It's normal.
Yes, it's the normal part of ending a relationship right before the vengeance begins.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
A lot from you. Much of that in the last minute. And if anyone gets to be the one to leave, it's me.
You're leaving me?
It's like you can't fire me, I quit.
Because I'll be having more fun.
I'm having fun already.
Me too. Woohoo!
Oh. I don't think they're gonna last though after seeing this episode. Okay, well, I guess this is where we're taking their relationship. Okay. Leave him alone, please. Okay, is that fate?
Very smooth cheek you have there. Do you exfoliate?
Okay, I think she's under the influence too, because he's no Brad Pitt.
I didn't... I'm sorry.
What is this entity, though? Like...
Hi, you okay?
Who's in there?
Julie?
I'm bad.
Oh, what is she doing? It's almost like, it's like drugs. There's like an extreme high and an extreme low or something.
Tara? It's me.
Their relationship better not go down the Anya Xander route, I swear. There's something like from the drain or going down the drain. I don't know what. What? Is there a ghost of someone who was drowned in the tub in this house? And they're getting revenge by making people turned on? What? This really is a horror movie, man.
Is anyone friends with Julie?
Are they just bad friends, or are they under a spell, too?
Is every frat on this campus haunted? And if so, why do people keep coming to these parties? Because it's not the snacks.
Feels like a very self-aware moment in the show. Too late. Jeez, did that blind somebody? Careful with the glass shards flying around.
Buffy!
What the heck is this thing? Dang, how do they pull the camera back this far? What is it? What does Tara see? Are you guys sure this isn't in California?
Well, this party's starting to liven up.
I'm glad you're having a fun time. Ah, spoke too soon. Alright. This entity is mean to demons as well.
For ye shall perish. Find salvation in the cross of our Lord and Savior. Right.
I mean, that makes for an easy getaway for them.
Please, God, help me.
Oh, gosh.
We have to go back in there.
Why?
Because Buffy and Riley are trapped.
So?
Come on, Anya.
And somebody's got to go back in there. Now, who's with me?
I am.
Really? Spike and Xander teaming up.
And I don't fancy a single one of you at all. But, actually, all that sounds pretty convincing.
What? Spike was like, I volunteer. Actually, no. Now that I think about it, there's no reason to. Dang. Cast out. No, no, really? Oh, this is amazing. Giles, plus 10 points. Yes. That can't be him really singing.
No one knows what it's like.
Come on, this is amazing. This is so fitting. This is like coming full circle after that performance episode in season 1 where Giles had to watch the students. Now the roles have been swapped.
Break down here, Will. No more fuel in the fire, please.
And I blame you.
That's amazing. Giles is always full of surprises, and that's the best one yet. I feel like there's some entity maybe that hates sex. From that guy like saying some weird quote, and then from the fact that it's like causing an excess of passion.
You're touching me.
When you called Buffy and Riley...
I like how they waited for him to finish his performance. No interruption.
No, I don't mind at all. I was up. Early morning prayer, of course. And I like...
Maybe she killed some of these kids or did horrible stuff to them. She's like Carrie's mom over here.
Clothed them, educated them in the way of the Lord. I was given a medal.
Yes, wonderful.
And we all know people who receive medals just can't be evil.
That sounds like crazy talk.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? Yes.
He's like, I believe in God, not ghosts. Come on, get real.
They were good and punished them when they were dirty.
Well, children will...
Punish them how?
Indeed.
You held them under.
They needed to be reborn.
Lady, drowning is not baptism. Look up the definitions of those words.
What happens when the battery's drained?
They die.
I mean, this is continuing the tradition of horror movies. The characters who have sex always die, so.
Time and place.
Let's go.
Or maybe they'll be closer by the end of this episode, like working together.
How will we know when it works?
They blow out the candles. Oh shoot, no, they show up. Holy.
Battery conks out.
Watch your fingers.
I guess the weapon was useful after all.
Release your past. And, get over
That's not good. Oh, great. Jeez. Good thing you landed on the couch. Oh, shoot. Holy. Back to reality.
Don't you knock?
I like how they turn away. They don't even say anything.
Gotten so wrapped up in each other, none of this would have happened.
True. Feel shame.
I had no control over myself at all. Must have been horrible. Yeah, horrible. Mm-hmm.
It's bad. I think love is a positive drug, okay? I think it feels pretty good. All right, so that's Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 4, Episode 18. I mean, that was another crazy episode. So we had, you know, poltergeist, sexually driven, repressed, frustrated poltergeist in the house. Not the premise I would have expected once again, so glad I didn't predict it. And funnily enough, you know, I kind of said that I wanted an Anya-focused episode. And this one was, I mean, it was Anya and Xander and kind of their relationship. And I feel like definitely some commentary on relationships in general going on. I mean, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about the whole Xander Anya storyline, to be honest. You know, it's just the same way that seeing Willow and Tara like so happy together and just, really connecting and getting close to each other is very heartwarming. Seeing Anya and Xander fight and disagree and, just very quickly lean towards unfaithfulness, that's not fun to watch for me. I would assume that behind the scenes, and not behind the scenes, but things that we haven't seen off screen must have been going on with their relationship, making things head south, because it does seem like the problems escalated very quickly. It's like they have one kind of awkward moment in an ice cream truck after a night with no sex, and then next thing you know, it's like Anya heading right to Spike, Xander heading right to the first pretty girl who looks at him at the party. I'm just like, what is this relationship? But I definitely think it just kind of fit in thematically with everything that was going on. Obviously we have kind of the antagonist character being the elderly woman who was, mistreating all these kids out of you gotta love it when people who abuse others, I mean, it's a common thing, but when they label it as the path of righteousness, it adds a whole level of hypocrisy and just like, okay, get real, you know what I mean? Yeah, I guess I'm just trying to kind of dissect thematically what it was meant. I mean, I think you could definitely take it that there's a level, as great as it feels to kind of be in that early stage of love, and I'm very pro-love, especially the drug phase. I think that's a wonderful, beautiful thing. Obviously, that's not a strong enough foundation to be enough. But like I was kind of saying with Buffy and Riley, I don't think that's all they have. I think they have that infatuation, that really strong passion, that physical connection early on that is very common for people who are in love. But I also think they have a lot more than that. But I think that some of the commentary of this episode might be just the dangers of something as strong as your physical desires, as your lust, as your sexuality in a way, because that is such a strong animalistic drive. And if you do either of the two extremes, like if you indulge something too much, that can lead to dangers. And I don't think literally what Buffy and Riley were doing this episode was unwise. I think that's just a stage of being in love. Who cares if you want to have sex all the time? What's wrong with that? But I think symbolically, any of the two extremes, I think we got to explore both sides of that. Like if you're too much distracted and you let your whole life fall away and you forget your responsibilities or something like that, some extreme example, there is a danger, there is a prison, similar to like the visual of the vines, like wrapping through the house, like a bondage there. But then on the flip side of that, the extreme of like repression with the elderly woman mistreating these kids, and obviously that builds up resentment and it's just bad and unhealthy. So that can also be a different form of prison. But by far the best part of the episode was just seeing Giles sing, Behind Blue Eyes at a cafe. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing to see him doing that. I love that he has like these side hobbies and this other perspective in his life that they just have no clue about. There's just something about the separation that Giles can keep as an adult, as being much older than the rest of the Scoobies. And that level of privacy and those things that he's embarrassed about, that's the side of Giles I want to see more of, because that just makes me, it makes me like him more. It's endearing, it's funny, it's amazing. So that was a really funny scene. And then we got to see a little bit of Spike, and like I kind of said, Spike and Anya, their personalities, I'm a big fan of both of theirs. And we even saw it in this episode, like I feel like they definitely have some common struggles and some similarities that maybe down the roads at some point, if Xander and Anya don't work out, which I don't know, it seemed by the end of this episode like we were meant to assume that they had worked things out, like kind of rescuing Buffy and Riley together really brought them close back together. But just seeing how quickly things fell apart, at least for me, I would predict that they're not going to last forever, right? I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, had a fun time with this episode. Definitely different. We're still waiting to see Adam and what exactly he's up to. I mean, we kind of got it hinted at of like vampires and demons working together. That could be interesting if he's able to unite a bunch of forces of evil, similar to how like the students were able to stand up together in the finale of season 3 and work together to stop the mayor. It would be cool if now Buffy and her gang and her friends have to work against all these forces of evil who have united against the big threat, which is the Initiative and the Slayer. That could be interesting. But thank you to everyone for watching along. Thank you to everyone who supports with the full reactions on Patreon. And as always, remember, be active, be mindful, and be a hero.